Perfect. Okay, let's just go ahead and get started so we aren't late. All right, I'm seeing like the notifications just come up top if somebody's trying to get in. But okay, hi everyone. I'm Lindsey Joseph. I'm sure by now you know at least who I am, but if you don't, I am a Sapphire with Plexus and I've been around for about 5 years. I am on Emily's downline and I am super excited to just chat with you tonight. So I think we're just going to get started with Ryleigh. Is that okay, Ryleigh, if you just kick off with your testimony? So Ryleigh has been with Plexus for a few years now, but she just recently had a Plexus pregnancy and is postpartum using Plexus products. And she not only has a really amazing testimony before she got pregnant, but also that a lot of people already know about, but also with pregnancy and postpartum. So she's going to share with us tonight about that part of her testimony.
All right, cool. Hi guys. She just gave my intro, so hello. I have been around, like she said, for about 3 years or a little over 3 years now, and I haven't done a Zoom in a very long time. I took a break from my business, not completely quitting, but just like took a little step back and had some me time here recently. So it's been a minute since I've been on here, but I am super excited. Lindsey asked me to get on here and share my testimony and my postpartum journey. So I have thanked God every single day for these products since I started Plexus. But postpartum with Plexus is a totally different thing. Like it is game changer. So I have 3 kids. My 2 older kids are 7 and 6, and I did not do Plexus with them because I've only done it for about 3 years, but I struggled really bad with postpartum anxiety, postpartum depression. It was so bad after the 2 of them that I actually was like super suicidal for a while, to where it was like, I didn't even know if I should be here. I didn't know if I should be a mom, if I should, if I was even like worthy of being my kid's mom. I was struggling so bad. Postpartum hit me so terribly hard. And it was a lot. It had a lot to do with obviously my anxiety and depression, but also like my body image after having my 2 older kids. I was always smaller. I am 5 foot. I am a small person. And after I had my babies, I just gained a lot of weight that I couldn't lose. And it really like affected me. And I know that's not everything, but for me, it really affected me and made it really hard for me to be able to love myself. And that's not fun. So I struggled with that for a few years, and a lot of people didn't even know. My husband didn't know for a long time. And that's something that somebody, like when you have anxiety and depression, a lot of times like you don't tell people about that. And most times not even the people closest to you. And so finally I told my husband, like, listen, I don't know what to do. Like, I need help. And then I met Lindsey and she introduced me to Plexus, and my postpartum anxiety and depression like vanished. Like seriously, it was like, I hate saying like Plexus is a magic pill, but in my case, it really was for me. Like it was almost immediate how I felt better. Like my hormones obviously just needed regulated, and Plexus did that for me, and they helped me immediately. So fast forward a couple years, and Lindsey and I were like joking. She was like, you should have a Plexus baby. Like you should have one. I think that would be so fun. I've never experienced you pregnant. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm not having any more kids. Well, come to find out, I wanted another baby, and we tried for a year, and finally I got pregnant, and I was so excited. And my pregnancy was game changer to my other 2 pregnancies. And I will be a Plexus pregnancy like advocate forever, because with my other 2, I was so swollen. People would ask me if I was okay. People would be like, you look miserable. Like, I'm not kidding. I worked at a desk And people would come in all the time and be like, you look miserable. Are you okay? You look so tired. And they just would always have something to say. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm so swollen. I am so large and I looked miserable because I was miserable. And with my last pregnancy with Bryn, that is my baby. She is 9 months old and is the most perfect baby in the whole world. And nobody said that to me. Not one time did somebody say to me, like, you look so miserable, or are you okay? Like, how are you doing? And nobody asked me that. And I think it was one, because I looked better. I wasn't as swollen. I wasn't full of inflammation. And two, I wasn't miserable to be around. I actually had energy. I was able to mom my other two kids and take care of my baby or my pregnancy. Like, I was eating good. I was getting sleep. I was able to wake up in the morning, get my kids ready for school. I was living in an RV, guys. Like, I was pregnant in an RV and I was able to enjoy myself. Like, yeah, I got sick during my pregnancy. That's just what I do. But I was able to even like push through that and feel good. During my pregnancy, I lost my grandma and I got super sad. And I was like, listen, I can't do this. Lindsey's like, I think you should even just add like Metaburn back in, just even one Metaburn back in during your pregnancy. And so I did that, and I'm not kidding. I was a different person. Like, I stopped taking Metaburn at the beginning of my pregnancy because I was like, I don't need to lose any weight during this, like whatever. No, Metaburn was my happy pill, and I stopped taking that, and you could tell. And so as soon as I started taking that again, right after my grandma passed, it helped me almost immediately again. So Metaburn was game changer. Ease, game changer. It helped so much with my swelling and inflammation. I took 4 E's during my pregnancy. I would take 2 in the morning and 2 at night. And it was amazing for my inflammation and swelling and joint pain and being able to sleep and not just be miserable, like I said. So it was amazing. I loved my pregnancy. And then postpartum, guys, I have seriously not had to struggle with postpartum anxiety or depression at all. Praise God. And I give him like 100% of the glory for bringing Plexus into my life and giving me these products and helping this pregnancy be so much better than the other two were, because I truly was miserable. So I have been able to lose almost all of my weight since I have had my baby, and I did 2 resets, I believe. I've done 2 resets postpartum, and I did 1 reset a month after I had her, and I just added in a little bit of protein and stuff, and I felt great. And then I did 3 resets, and then the other 2 I didn't add anything extra in. My milk supply stayed good and I felt amazing, and I have continued to lose weight, continued to have energy, feeling good, no postpartum anxiety or depression. And I am continuing to take Ease because Ease has helped me so much with inflammation throughout my entire Plexus journey. So I will never take that out because my body just naturally holds on to inflammation and water and all of the things that Ease will help me with. So I continue to take that and Metaburn and all of my other products, and I will forever take them. And I'm still trying to talk my husband into a 4th baby because I loved my pregnancy with Plexus so much. He's not on board, but hey, we're going to keep trying. And yeah, that has been my postpartum journey so far. My pregnancy and postpartum with Plexus compared to my other 2, it's night and day. And I will forever be grateful for these products and thankful for Lindsey and Emily and all of my uplines above for sharing their testimony and stories so that it has trickled down to me. And now my life has forever been changed. And that is my story. So that's all.
Thank you for sharing. And you were like right on the dot. It's 9:10. You were like 10 minutes and done. That's impressive. So good. Okay, so it's actually been really cool to see Ryleigh's journey because, as she said, we have been best friends, but I didn't get to experience Ryleigh being pregnant or postpartum or anything. And like her, I also have a postpartum depression and anxiety story, and I remember how alone I felt and just how I felt after my pregnancies. And so it has like been a whole new thing for me as like her best friend to see her have a baby and like thrive postpartum because I never got to experience that. And we are done having babies, but she and other people here make me want to have a plexus baby just so I can experience that thriving after you have a baby and like actually getting to enjoy your brand new baby because you feel normal. In our society just like has it like, yeah, you have a baby and you just get depressed and you have anxiety and there's really nothing that we can do. There is, and it's called addressing your gut health. And there's so many women to prove that. And it's just mind blowing. And that is one reason why I will continue sharing my story over and over and over again, because mamas should know that they get to enjoy, thoroughly enjoy their baby. And that's that. I really do think that. So, okay, leading into that, I am actually going to talk about a business tip that I have, and it's kind of a big one and a little bit like something that I had to tell myself quite a few times, actually, not even just once. But so I'm a Sapphire. I've been with Plexus for 5 years. I've been working the business for 5 years, and I just went Sapphire a year ago, actually a year ago in March. And something that I've learned over the time is that you have to take ownership over your own business. And what do I mean by that? So throughout my business, there's been times where I'm like, well, I don't have enough people sharing underneath me. So I can't show up in this season. Or so and so quit. So my points declined and that's that. Like there's nothing I can do about it. Or, well, I don't even know who to reach out to ask to share. How do I find business builders? So many different things. And I have talked about this before. So if you have been on one of these calls and you already have listened to this, I apologize, but it's one of my biggest tips because it's something I have to literally tell myself about every 4 months. And it always works. You are responsible for your business. Your downline is not responsible for your business. They are not responsible for your points. They are not responsible to show up when you're not showing up. They are not responsible to stop their life and whatever's happening in them that's affecting their life to please you, to do things that you're not willing to do. People have crap happen. I think everyone here, can you raise your hand if you've had crap happen or you have to stop sharing for just even if it's a few weeks, I don't care what it is. You've had crap happen where you have to take a step back and you have to deal with things yourself, whether that's family, moving, new job, whatever it is. We all have crap happen. And that means that your downline is allowed to have crap happen too without you feeling like, oh my gosh, my whole world's falling apart because so and so didn't do the IPAs this week. You are not their boss. You are your own boss. And that is the beauty of network marketing. I don't care who you are. Everyone loves being their own boss. And so that applies to your downline too. There have been so many times where I'm like, I can't move on to the next level because I don't have anyone who wants to do it with me. Are you inviting people to do it with you or are you just assuming? Are you expecting somebody to come to you and say, hey, I want to do this with you? Or are you just expecting someone to do that? Are you showing up in a way where someone's going to say, hey, I want to do what she's doing. So yes, I want to join. There's been times on social media where I've probably posted things where somebody's like, yeah, I don't really think I'd want to post like that. Are you only posting Plexus things and you're like, boom, boom, boom in your face and it's very salesy? Does anyone here like want to be salesy? Because that is the number one thing I said I didn't want to do. I wanted to do genuine sharing and I wanted to help people, but I did not want to be in your face salesperson, stay at home mom who's desperate for money. I didn't want to look like that. So taking a step back and looking at your social media, does it present to somebody who say, yeah, I'd actually want to do that? I do know everybody in this world, at least if they're well with their mental health and they're on gut health products, they'd have a heart to help other people. They'd want to help other people find something that has absolutely changed their life. They'd want to share a story that could change a mama's life versus someone just say, that flash sale, $5, whatever it is. And that's okay sometimes. I'm not saying that those posts aren't okay, but I just want you to take a step back and maybe take a look at your social media and see, Do you post the way somebody else would want to post? And then also, how are you with your team, with your downline? Are you trying to be somebody's boss, or are you trying to pave the way for people? Because there is a difference between the two. Are you pouring into leadership training, and are you trying to become a better leader to do better? Are you willing to say, I don't care at what rank I am, someone brand new can bring something to the table just as good as I could? Are you willing to say, I have a lot to learn, even as a whatever ambassador you are? And that's what I mean by taking ownership over your own business and over yourself. When a leader says, I can improve on XYZ, that is showing up for your team in the way that they need you to show up. Versus do it this way because this way is best. I can tell you one way I get to diamond isn't going to be the same way someone else gets to diamond, and neither one of them are better than the other. You show up for your business, your personality, how you want to show up for your business, and you build a team on a strong foundation of what you bring to the table, and you always learn. If something's not working anymore, stop telling your downline to keep on trying it and running around on a wheel and never getting anywhere. Think of new things. Invite somebody brand new who is showing up and recruiting like crazy and developing new silvers. Invite them to tell you what's working. I don't care if they're a gold ambassador and they have 3 silvers underneath of them and you haven't just developed a silver in 3 months. Ask them what is working, regardless of what rank that you're at. You take ownership over your own business, and you are the one required to decide, okay, is this something that I can fix? Am I inspiring people how I'm called to inspire? Am I inviting people to share the Plexus business? Am I sharing about the products myself? If we're doing sharing challenges and you're not even sharing on your social media, it's probably not going to look so great for your downline. Especially if you're a leader that people trust, which is a very, very, very important thing to have in your organization, is being a trusting leader. They're going to trust somebody who continuously shows up. They're going to trust somebody who doesn't expect them to do what they won't do. They're going to trust somebody who goes out and earns the things that they're trying to earn. They're going to trust somebody when they say, hey, I'm sorry, I wasn't consistent with this, or I didn't follow up correctly with this. Can you accept my apology? They're going to trust somebody who says, you know what, I actually don't know the answer for that, and I think I need to do a little bit more training to figure that out. They're going to trust the people who go to Plexus events and who invest in their business. And that's what I mean by taking ownership. You are responsible for finding people who want to do this with you instead of wishing for people who want to do this with you. And I'm not saying that that's easy. That's going to take that is also going to take some leadership training, because not everybody is just going to be like asking 3 people if they want to work the business with them and all 3 people say yes. I'm not saying that it's easy to find those business builders. And I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect for those business builders. But you have to be bold in sharing about what you know is true, which is that this business can provide financial endless opportunity for people, and staying true to that and just inviting, being genuine, being yourself, being a person that somebody wants to follow, and letting people grow into leadership themselves too. Whatever rank you're at, you don't like own this little group and you tell them what to do and they all do it. The beauty of it is when you pave the way and these leaders are all doing these things over their team. And this is an example I like to give, because I used to think leadership meant I was the one to give tasks and everybody else go do them. And that's just how it was. And the beauty of it was, and I remember this happening, is the month I went Sapphire on the 28th and ended up flying past Sapphire over the next 3 days. But the next day after I went Sapphire, I got insanely sick with influenza A, and I could not show up a single second for my entire team. And we went from 3,000 points to 3,800 points with me being completely MIA, without me showing up and me doing anything, because I paved the way, leaders who lead their team and then do the same exact thing. And that's exactly how you grow an organization that is strong in foundation and where people don't feel like they're being bossed around, because let's just get real. Nobody wants to be bossed around. If we did, we would literally go and we would work for corporate if we wanted that. And we don't. And there's something so great in encouraging people to be themselves, to work their business how they see fit, because it is their business. And you not telling somebody how they have to run it. If something's not working, obviously as an upline, you're the one like paving the way, and you are navigating that with people, but it's not bossing. And that is like the biggest thing. And so with this whole thing, I don't want to just say like, forget your downline, like they're responsible for their own business. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. I just want you to just know you are in control of your business. Don't wait for your upline to plan something. Don't wait for it to be like, okay, what are we doing this month? What are you doing this month? These are your goals. You're saying that they're big enough for you because of XYZ. So what are you doing this month? You saw that I did this and it worked. What about you duplicate that? And that's where the leadership things change. And that's whenever you are going to create an organization so big, you don't even know what to do. And there's going to be some times where points fall, but you know what's so beautiful is, and I've learned so much, you guys. I was honestly, I can say I was like a terrible leader first, but everyone is asking, how in the world did you guys almost add 200 people in March? And it's not, I added 4 people. So it's not because of me. I didn't add 200 people. It's because I have some of the strongest leaders on my team that I have even heard of with diamonds. And that like literally gives me chills. And I am so thankful. And I love my team so incredibly much. And I'm proud of how many strong leaders I have on my team. And whenever I start getting in like a little thing where I'm like, oh crap, what are we going to do? Points are going backwards, like, oh my goodness, is so-and-so showing up? Are they not doing this? I stop and say, hey, when's the last time you developed a silver? It's been a little bit. So maybe you go back to the basics, you take ownership over your business, you create a new business builder and you speak belief in them. And then guess what? That business builder gets in my chat and they're all excited, and all of a sudden everyone's excited. Creating new always brings the hype. And that's the beautiful thing of it also. Before I'm going to end this, but that's the beautiful thing is you get to decide who comes in. You get to decide if you want to just stay where you are, or if you can speak belief into other people. You get to decide if you're going to take it into your own hands, and you're going to go out there and you're going to find a new business builder, because maybe somebody else is going through crap right now and they can't show up how they want to for their goals, but your goals are still there. I still want to be diamond. I still want to be financially secure to move with my husband wherever he needs me and my family to be. That's still a goal of mine, regardless. So you can't have the energy of your team. You got to create the energy for your team, and they're going to do the same. And it's just a beautiful thing. So that's all.
Can we put that on a t-shirt? She said, you can't have the energy for your team. You got to create the energy for your team. Like, can we get that in all caps, Lindsey? My goodness.
All caps.
That was so good. What product are you covering?
Ease.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Because ease is the freebie of the month. And honestly, if somebody like sees like, wait a second, we had a bag of active last month for free and now it's a bottle of ease, like how in the heck am I gonna like move to that? Ease is one of the most underrated products in the entire shop of Plexus. And I am an autoimmune girl with joint pain, and I've taken ease from the very beginning because my joint pain, I wouldn't sleep. Like literally my joint pain would be so bad I wouldn't sleep. So Mega X and Ease has always been in my drawer. But I'm going to talk a little bit about why the heck Ease even works, why it smells the way that it does, and why you need to get over that it smells the way that it does, because it works really good. So, so I'm going to read off of this because I'm not a scientific scientific girl. I don't care why it works, but here we go. So New Zealand green lipid mussel is one of the main ingredients in Ease, and that is why it does what it does, because it reduces sensations of pain and discomfort, specifically in your joints. And it also feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which is super cool because we are a gut health company. So it kind of ties it all together. People have success with arthritis because of the components of the green lipid mussel. Bromelain is a family, and I don't know if I'm saying any of these right, but whatever. It actually comes from the stem of a pineapple plant, which I thought was really cool. And it is used traditionally with herbal remedies and contributes to the easing of occasional minor discomfort, mainly in the sinuses. And I thought that was so cool, because if you have a sinus headache, Ease is like the number one thing to take it away. And that just blows my mind, because I didn't even know why it took it away. I just knew that it did. So sinus headache, Ease, good for that. And then turmeric, it's a member of the ginger family, and that is going to help with things like arthritis, digestive disorders, respiratory infections, allergies, depression, and many other things. It's actually a really great product, and it was something that I took before I even took Ease. But a little fact about it, it was used in India, and it was traditionally used for disorders of the skin, upper respiratory tract, joints, and digestive system. So those are the three main things that make up Ease. And so if you have, and it's just like, basically it's a pain reliever. Like I take it during that time of the month if I'm having cramps, or even just for like extra bloating and inflammation. It just really targets that. So just get rid of your painkillers, your Tylenol, that kind of thing, and have Ease on hand. And then, so the Ease cream, that has been around for a really long time, and that also has the green lipid mussel powder in there, and it helps that in on your skin, protects your skin, also soothes dry and irritated skin, and then it also treats bacteria on your skin. The witch hazel treats bacteria on your skin, which is like, so if you have like a scrape or something, the witch hazel, that's another ingredient in it, it actually heals it. And so that's really cool. Witch hazel, if any of you are mamas and you like made your own postpartum pads, anyone else do that, or am I crazy? Witch hazel like is just a really good ingredient to heal wounds and things like that. So that's a good ingredient in there. And then the menthol is known for the cooling sensation and reducing inflammation of the skin. So that's why those two things work. Has anyone here ever used Ease? I used it on my husband's back, like whenever he was like sore from a workout or something. I had it for that, and he was like, "Well, this is actually crazy." But also, I would use it on my joints, and it felt so incredible. Like when I couldn't sleep, it felt so incredibly good. Is there a recommended time of the day you should take it? So the Ease capsules, I actually take every single morning and every single night. Yeah, putting it in there instead of Tylenol and Motrin, so good. It's so good for you.
I was going to say, if you have kids that have growing pains, we like to do
Oh.
Ease and even like the heating pad after. So you have like the cooling sensation and then the actual heat. And it's the only thing my kids like, aside from like taking a bath in the middle of the night. But it's so good for that. And Yvonne uses it for her lower back when she has menstrual cramps. That's one huge part of her testimony with endometriosis stuff, is putting it on her back.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even think about that for growing pains, because my kids all of my kids get growing pains really bad. So that's a good idea, and really cool about to know for the lower back, because that's where, like, if I get cramps, it's going to be in my lower back. So good to know. Okay, well, that's all I have, guys. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great night.
Yeah.